In this video, you will learn how to answer matching features questions. Are you ready to begin? Let's start with an overview of 3 important steps you need to follow when doing matching features questions. Can you guess what they are? These steps involve analyzing the question, scanning the reading passage for key words, and reading intensively to find the answer. Let's have a look at these steps one by one in more detail. Let's start with the first step. Once you have skimmed the reading passage, the first step is to read the question carefully. Remember to read any special notes in the instructions, such as NB, which comes from Latin and means note well. Then you need to identify the main keywords in the statement. How do you know which words are the keywords? Well, they are usually the main content words, such as nouns, noun groups, verbs, or adjectives. In this question type, it helps to pay attention to people's names, as you may need to match people's views with their names. Okay, here's an example of a matching features question. Let's put step 1 into practice. First, analyze the question. When you read the instructions, you will notice that in this question, you need to match opinions or viewpoints to a list of 4 people. Can you see where it says NB? Do you remember what it means? That's right. In Latin, this means note well. Therefore, it is important to pay attention to NB notes. In this case, it says, you may use any letter more than once. Now I want you to focus on the statement in question 1. People should speak more than one language so as to preserve their native tongue. Try to identify the key words in this statement. What do you think the key words might be? The key words in this statement are speak more than one and preserve. You might have identified other words that are important too, and that's fine. The word language and tongue are synonyms, and language is the topic of the reading passage, so these are not the best key words, as they will appear in the text several times. After identifying the key words in the statement, you can move on to step 2, which is to scan the passage for those keywords from the statement. You should also be scanning for people's names, or even he or she. Names are easy to find because they have capital letters. Let's have a look at the example again. You can see the statement with the highlighted keywords on the top of the page. It seems that paragraph G contains a quote from Matisoff, which contains keywords which are similar or relevant to the ones in the statement. The keywords speak more than one have a similar meaning to the word multilingualism in the reading passage. So this seems to be the right place to look for the answer. When you have located the part of the passage you think could contain the answer, then it's time for step 3. Read intensively. In other words, carefully and in detail. In the question, you are looking for a person's viewpoint, so you need to read the text around the person's name carefully to find the viewpoint or opinion. You should also analyze the vocabulary that you see in the passage to help you decide if this is the correct viewpoint. You can do this by comparing the keywords from the paragraph with the keywords from the statement. Let's practice these 2 things now. Here is the sentence from the paragraph which contains the keywords and the statement from the question. Now, read it intensively, paying attention to the vocabulary. Ultimately, the answer to the problem of language extinction is multilingualism, Matisoff argues, and many linguists agree. For example, the phrase, the answer to the problem, could be paraphrased as what should be done about the problem. And as you can see, the word should in the viewpoint statement. Next, you can see that the paragraph uses the words language extinction, while the vocabulary from the statement mentions preserve their native tongue. These meanings are related, and they are opposites. Finally, you can see that multilingualism has the same meaning as more than one language. Now, read the statement and paragraph extract one final time. The opinions match. You can see that by doing a careful analysis of the vocabulary, you can be certain that you have found the correct answer. And you can see that this opinion is held by Matisoff. James Matisoff, which is answer C, holds the opinion expressed in the statement. And that is how you answer the matching features question in the IELTS reading test.